I'm Edie Lush and I'm outside the Hub Culture Pavilion in Austin. Really delighted that Roy Spence has popped by. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Edie. Appreciate it.
So I've been looking a lot at trust in America. In fact, trust around the world.
Me too.
Across almost every measure, trust is at a low.
Yep.
Trust in government is low. Trust in CEOs, pretty low.
Yep.
One of the bright spots, trust in social media. Trust in people like us is low. Tell me about what you're doing to help increase that trust.
Well, first of all, welcome to Austin, Texas.
Thank you very much.
Live
I love
music
it.
capital of the world.
Yep.
Well, you know the whole thing. And South by Southwest. We're glad y'all are here. You know, about a year ago, I started thinking about that. I've done a lot of purpose work around the world for companies and brands, and I wrote a book, It's Not What You Sell, It's What You Stand For, way before people talked about purpose. And I've really been fascinated with kind of how America was born. We weren't born better, we weren't born perfect, we just were kind of born different. And the idea was it didn't matter where you came from or what your class was or what anything, if you were willing to work hard, play by the rules, take responsibility. In America, if you can dream it, you can build it. And that the idea that no matter who you are, you have a chance to develop your full potential. We can't develop our full potential in America right now. Not because of the American people, but because the political winds on both sides are causing this culture of us versus them, a cultural intended war. And when the Manhattan Project happened in World War II and Kennedy's challenge to go to the moon and Reagan's challenge to take the Berlin Wall down, Clinton's challenge to go to the 21st century, those projects were in response to an external threat. In America, we have a threat of mistrust, a threat of us versus them. So we launched the Promised Land yesterday project, and our main focus is we're going to use the power of marketing, purpose-inspired marketing, to help bridge the cultural divide here. We're going to use the power of purpose-inspired marketing to be a force for good so that Americans can see common ground on higher ground. So this great divides always create mistrust. That's what divides are about. I don't trust you.
Yeah.
Well, do you know me?
I do
No,
now, a little bit.
But I mean, in America also, we got to start walking in each other's shoes again. We got to walk the factories and the farms. The internet has so zeroed us in all over the world. I only want to hear what my friends think.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear what you.
Polarizing and bubble.
And we're going to have to put them down, go out, and Matthew McConaughey threw the dart yesterday and at the map of the United States. Every other month or so, we're going to throw a dart and we're going to take a bus and we're going to go walk in other people's shoes, walk the factories, walk the farms, walk the subways, and say, look, America, we've got to become a better us. You know, it's called USA, and we think it's just United States. It's actually us. We have to build a best us, and the world needs it, and so do we.
So tell me about the 10 pillars. A lot of pillars, but tell me what the plan is.
Plan is, I have spent my life basically finding out what brings people together and not divides them. Like, for example, in America right now, we have a myth that it takes a 4-year college career to be successful in life. Really? In America, we were born with the idea that no one's too good and everybody's good enough, the dignity of all work. We have welders that no jobs are being filled. We can't rebuild homes because the average age is 60. I want parents and young people to know you don't have to go to a 4-year college to be successful. My deal to my kids, you can make a living and a life doing what you love to do. If you want to be a chef, be one. If you want to be a veterinarian. Secondly, in this country, we're judging our kids on standardized tests. Let's see, God made us all different. I don't want my kids to be standardized. Let them become entrepreneurs. Let them dream. We've got to repay the veterans. So the principles are basically common ground. I haven't found anyone who disagreed with the principles. So my theory, if we can use marketing to have Americans realize we can come together on common ground, it'll take America to higher ground. And then we can tackle the issues that we don't agree on. So it's a audacious effort, but the marketing community in America, we need to market America to America.
It feels like everything that you're speaking about could be, I live in the UK, and everything you're speaking about could be applied there.
Yes, ma'am.
And I wonder if actually, I do a lot of work with the global goals, the Sustainable Development Goals, and I wonder if the Sustainable Development Goals could be a way to build trust.
You can. The thing that right now, and I don't know this for a fact, but basically human instinct is you actually want to do good. And I don't mean be a do-gooder. You want to do good with your kids, you want to do good with your family, you want to do good with your people and your communities. And the forces, which are about 20% on either side, that promote us versus them are winning. American people don't want to be there. I don't think the people of UK want to be there. But unless there's a new way, hey, we can come together on these common ground issues that are big, important issues, economic issues. Every person should have a chance to live up to their God-given potential. Every child, if you're willing to pay their rules and be responsible. Well, all of these things like standardized tests and like four-year college, we've got to break that and say, wait a minute, let's go find a kid's talent. How about we move from teaching and testing to talent development and coaching? And Gallup has strength finders. We're going to do a lot of that stuff with young people. So we want to give them a chance to live up to their potential.
I love that. This interview is going to go out on the internet. The internet has gotten, or technology companies have gotten a bad rap for
Yes,
some of
ma'am.
this stuff. But I'd love them to be a part of the
Yes, ma'am.
solution. What would you suggest for them?
Well, first of all, I can't say, but we've got the major one saying that for the first time, they're feeling like they can join this project because they feel like that they were born to bring people together, and now they're being used to tear people apart. And the Promised Land Project isn't kumbaya. This is hard work. And if you really want to go walk in somebody else's shoes and understand them, you first of all have to shut up and listen. And listen to where they come from. And when you listen, so I think that the big internet companies and the social media companies, if they'll get behind the Promised Land, we will find out what we actually believe in, that we agree on, and then we can move forward together. Right now we are divided around the world, and it doesn't have to be that way, by the way. It doesn't have to be that way.
No, and there have been moments when it hasn't been
Absolutely.
that way. Sometimes what I've read from looking at trust is sometimes it's been after a period of a lot of change, of rapid change. People need time to catch up.
Yeah.
Do you feel that that's what's happened?
Yeah, there's a really interesting theory by a couple of really good friends of mine, and it's that every generation has a spring, a summer, a fall, and a winter. And they track it back not only in America but around the world, every generation. My generation, I know I look fabulous, but my generation is into winter, and winters either are won by darkness or light. The last winter in America was World War II, and it could have gone either way. But you know what happened? Churchill, Roosevelt, all the people who believed that we shouldn't be run by dictatorships said, wait a minute, we're going to put our stuff aside. If we're going to come out of this winter with the sun shining, we have to defeat those who want us to be in the dark. And the same kind of thing is happening right now. Promised Land is going to bring, Promised Land is basically, purpose has the keys to unlock the doors of letting potential and prosperity and promise out. Right now it's closed doors and it's dark and it's winter. Not in Austin.
Feel the sunshine.
Well, I announced the Promised Land the other day. So
well, there you go, the sun came out.
But I really mean it. We're in this moment where we can either, as a world or as a nation, be run by those who believe we should fight each other, or open the doors and let us, hey, I disagree, but you're okay. God made us all different.
All right, well, I agree with you, Roy. So thank you
you.
very much for coming by
Thank
the
you,
Hub
thank
Culture
you.
Pavilion here in Austin.
Thank you.
I'm Edie Lush.
Thank you, dear.